Hey everyone! Today in the plastic canvas I'm going to show you how to paint a kick-ass Dwarven beard. Hey everyone, Matt here from the Plastic Canvas and welcome to today's painting video. And like I said in the intro today, I'm going to show you how to paint a kick-ass Dwarven beard, and for that I'm going to be using Gildry from Gatefall. Now, obviously, just like any type of hair, Dwarven beards can come in a range of colours, but I've often seen Dwarven beards being painted orange, and I've always just thought that looks really, really awesome, and so that's the colour that I ended up going with. But no matter what colour your Dwarven beard is going to be, the same techniques that you'll see in this video can be followed. So even though Gildry's beard does end up being orange, I've base coated with clotted red. This is one of my darkest reds. So the reason that I've gone with this colour to base coat with is because I'm just going to start highlighting straight up over the top of this colour, and so whatever of the base coat colour is left exposed is what's going to be the shadows. Now, on reflection after I finished the beard, I actually wish that I started with a darker red than clotted red. I do have one called Bloodstain Red, which is even darker. So if I was going to be doing this again, I would have base coated with Bloodstain Red instead. That would have just gotten a little bit more contrast between the darkest part of the shadows and then the brightest part of the highlights. But it still works. But the point is, just start with a really, really dark version of whatever color you want your beard to be. And now for the first stage of the highlighting, I've jumped straight up to Magma Red. This is a much, much brighter, more saturated red than clotted red, which I base coated with. And being the first stage of the highlighting, I'm pretty much just picking out every individual hair, all of the texture that's in Gildry's beard. So you can see I'm just doing lots of short, sharp motions just to try and get that hair texture within the painting. But one thing that I'm being really mindful of with this first stage of the highlighting is that I do let some of the clotted red still show through, because like I said before, whatever of the clotted red shows through is going to be the shadows, so it's very, very important that some of that base coat colour does show through. And now for the second stage of the highlighting, I'm taking that Magma Red again, but now I'm mixing in some Explosion Orange. So this is still mostly Magma Red. I guess it's probably like a 60-40 mix. But all I'm doing here is going over the same sorts of areas that I highlighted with the Magma Red in the previous layer, but I'm just reducing the amount of surface area that I'm covering just to make sure that each different color that I'm using does still show through. And then from here, I'm just going to be repeating this layer by layer, gradually mixing in more and more orange until I'm eventually highlighting with just that straight explosion orange for the final layer to get that really good bit of contrast between the brightest part of the highlights and then the darkest part of the shadows. But the most important thing though is that with every layer, you do reduce the amount of surface area that you're covering so that all of these different tones that we're using are able to show through. And you also want to make sure that you keep doing those short, sharp motions with the brush just to give the beard that textured look. So now that I'm at the point where I'm highlighting with just straight explosion orange, Gildry's beard is just about done. So just those couple of things to remember when painting a kickass Dwarven beard is to make sure that you start with a really dark version of the colour that you want the beard to end up being, so that you can then get lots and lots of contrast. And then just gradually get lighter and lighter with each layer until you end up highlighting with the colour that you want the beard to end up being, but do make sure that you gradually reduce the amount of surface area each layer, just to make sure that all of those different tones that you use are able to show through. And make sure that you keep doing those short, sharp motions with the brush so that you get that textured look. So thank you very much for checking out another one of my videos. If you found it useful, please do consider giving the video a thumbs up, as well as hitting that subscribe button as well. But that's going to do us for today, so until next time, this is Matt from the Plastic Canvas signing out. Happy painting, everyone. Cheers.